this isn't a good sign.
My bike fell over in the rain, or in the wind rather. I can't get out of my house, I can't go riding.
We're getting ready to do our first workout of the tempo block. And Brian has a lovely view, but it's also weather. Really bad weather. That's it. Making Bobby proud here. It's true. The flat tire with the dollar bill I got home when I had a flat tire. Bobby, such a wise man.
Hey, that's classified information then.
164 hours for an hour and 30. In the zone of 160, 190, 124. I don't think I went above 173 in that event. But workout number 2. Tempo block. Just finished second structured workout for tempo block. And one of the things I realized while suffering through this, so at 80% of max, so I shoot for around 160, absolute ceiling of 170. Try not to go below 155, absolutely. But go through all sorts of cycles with your legs, or I do at least, during these rides where you're just holding it at that tempo, which is really uncomfortable for me. At some points you feel really bad, at other points you feel okay.
What's going on? Why are you shaving your legs today?
It is getting to be leg shaving season.
Why is that?
Just that time of year. It is for the bicycle.
Yeah, but why are you not in the shower?
There's just no way a racer would get through this, I don't think. This is like 4 or 5 months worth of fan.
I don't see it.
I'll do this. So, later today, I have to get up on the roof because there's something up there. But I just want to show the people here the drop off. So I'm going to guess that, well, it's 2 stories, whatever that is. I can't guess that. But that's the top of the tree. Like, I want to be just below the top of the trees. And what you can't see is if I fall, like right there is actually another cliff that drops another 2 stories probably.
So, this may be my last video ever. Hopefully not.
You have any last words in case something goes bad?
I hope nothing goes bad. Let's hope not. I feel pretty confident to the point where I almost took off the harness and did some stuff because I needed a little bit more room. I'm going to wait till An-Dee gets here. Muscles Malone, as we call him. All right. People asked why I'm doing this, and the truth is I don't know why I'm making these videos. I think it started when, like I said in one of the previous videos, a buddy of mine is trying to run, or not trying, he's going to run a 100-mile trail race, and he's documenting it. And I thought that's kind of neat, and I watched like a lot of the amateur like cycling videos. For example, NorCal cyclist, vegan cyclist, Phil Gaiman, not an amateur I guess, but his worst retirement ever. There's some others, but anyways, and I just find him entertaining. Like the NorCal cyclist, it's just a dude with a GoPro breaking down the race, but it's like I learn something every single time. Or you confirm something. I mean, it's good commentary if you want to think about or learn race tactics. So a buddy of mine had asked me about training, and I started looking up training videos online, and there wasn't a lot out there. And I'm like I described in one of the earlier episodes, I'm doing a program right now. So I thought, all this, do all this going on at the same time. I thought, why not just document this and have it, just kind of be something silly. And yeah. And the other thing is, I'm 41 years old. Like I have a job. Like I'm not a pro cyclist. Like this is something I want to race, cyclocross in the fall and do well. But like it's not my job. Okay, so I wanted to mix in sort of what I'm doing and kind of a person that has a job and is not a pro, and how they're trying to train. I don't think that I know what I'm doing necessarily at all. Just a quick background is I'm a Cat 2 road racer, Cat 2 cyclocross, although I haven't raced on the road in years. I have not raced a Cat 2 cyclocross race in years. I just do masters cyclocross now and some single speed cyclocross, purely for fun. But I want to do well. I mean, I'm still competitive, want to be competitive. I have a competitive drive. Also, just from an ego standpoint, because this is like a failed goal of mine, I was a Cat 2 racing the road under the old upgrade system, which is you had to have a certain points within a 12-month cycle, and not the cumulative like it is now. Otherwise, I would have been a Cat 1. But that's just an ego preservation statement. So anyways, late sort of in my cycling career, not late, I mean, I don't know, midway through some point, I got a coach, and he taught me a lot of stuff. He taught me this program that I'm talking about today. I don't think this is proprietary, but even if it is, it doesn't really matter, as I'll explain in a minute. But it's based on heart rate. I'm not saying that's better than using wattage. I think they both have advantages and disadvantages. I just don't know how to train with wattage because I didn't learn that, and that's not what I don't want to learn a whole new system. I know a system that works for me in the past, so I'm going to try to apply that system again, and that system uses heart rate. So that's the only reason I'm using heart rate. But one of the things I learned from this coach there's 100 million different programs out there, okay, like training programs. And if you're brand new to cycling, the best thing you can do is ride your bike. Vegan Cyclist has a really good video on this describing how you can make gains in those first couple of years. But really, the first year, 2 years, ride your bike, push yourself, try to ride. Like, you'll see gains just by doing that in cycling. It's one of the things I love about cycling. Is the first sport that every time I did it, I could see a gain, right? I still can't hit a baseball, okay? But the other thing is once you get a program, it doesn't matter what program you follow, you're going to find seeing gains if you follow any program. It's just the nature of having structure. And there's like I said, there's 150 million different programs out there. So I'm using one program, okay? The value, though, and this is what I learned from a coach, is the value of a coach is what they do is they're an objective person with their number one goal is you excelling in cycling. And they're able to look at your life and what your other goals and priorities are and what's going on in your life. Look at a training program that's outlined to maximize your potential. Look at the goal of cycling and then make an objective call about how to adjust that training program based on what you have going on and what your priorities are. So for instance, like the training program that I use, when I was really following this and really trying to be serious, okay, I never was that good, right? Like if I could sneak in the top 10 a couple times a year in a pro 1-2 race, I was satisfied, okay? But when I was seriously like trying to follow a training program, I would call my coach after a workout and tell him how it went. I would call him the next day after a rest day and tell him, how I felt. And then I sometimes would call him the morning that I'm supposed to do the workout, and we would talk through whether I should continue with the program or not. So if I call him on the rest day and say, oh, I'm super stressed out because I had this thing due at work at 8 a.m., or the day of the workout, let's say. I had this thing due, the day after the workout at 8 a.m., I'm stressed out. He would say, skip the workout today, get your stuff done at work, get that taken care of so it's out of your mind, get a good night's sleep, and then we'll do the workout. So it's really, that's what you're paying a coach for, is that personal adjustment, okay? So I want to be very clear. I'm not a coach. I'm not doing these videos to start a coaching business. I'm not starting these videos to try to get clients or anything like that. But what I hope these videos do is I'm trying to follow a program, but I also want to follow like what else is going on in my life. Now, a lot of the videos are just weird, strange little clips, but that's kind of my life. But I really don't even know what's going on in life, really. Like, I don't have that figured out all that well. But I think it's interesting that I thought it would be interesting, or at least entertaining for me, to watch, like, okay, here's what I want to do as a workout. Here's me kind of talking about a workout. Oh, here's me eating dinner with my wife and us having a conversation, or, the conversation in episode 3 where we're talking about what it was like when I was doing big hours for her, like that's the stuff that I've talked to other cyclists, amateur cyclists, and they have to deal with that. And so I thought that might be interesting. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm doing it. I don't know, maybe I thought it'd be fun. Yeah, sometimes I get bored, something to do at night, rather than like playing online poker or something. Yeah, so I hope that answers that question, if anyone's watching this at all.